Welcome back to video number 3. In this video, we are going to review playing, testing, and publishing a game. Log into Roblox Studio and select a template. I'm going to select the base plate template that has a spawn point in it. Give it a few seconds and the game loads. And here we are. Just to give something more to look at, I'm going to add a few parts here to the game. There we go. There are a couple ways to play and test your game. The first way is to go up to the tiny little icon in the upper left hand corner, this blue triangle with a little man on it. Now if you hover over it, you'll notice that there's a shortcut key, F5. So either click this button or press F5 on your keyboard and you'll be loaded into the game. If you have a spawn point in your game, like I do, your avatar will appear on top of the spawn point. You can run around this simple little game using the W, S, A, D keys and the mouse just like you would in a regular Roblox game. When you're done testing, click the red stop button located at the top toolbar. If you have a template that doesn't have a spawn point, then when you play the game, your character will load at the very center of the game at the 0, 0 coordinates. I'll show you an example. I'll modify this game by getting rid of the spawn point. I'll move a block to the 0, 0 coordinates using the properties window by typing in 0, 0 in the X and Z axes. I'm also going to uncheck the can collide box. That way the character doesn't interact with the block when he appears on it, and I will anchor the block so that the block doesn't kick away when I spawn on top of it. Now when I press play, my avatar appears right on top of that block that was set on the 0, 0 coordinates. There's more than just one type of play button. To demonstrate this, I'll bring up another template. Let's say you're working on a larger game like this suburban template here. If you press the play button, your avatar appears here in the game. But what if you want your avatar to test out something that's far away from the spawn point? Maybe it takes a while to run where you're working on that part of the game. Just pressing the play button will take a long time for your character to run where you want him to be. On both your home screen tab and the test tab is a larger play icon, here and here. Notice the little blue triangle at the bottom. Click that little triangle and you'll see the option Play Here. Press that button and the game starts with your avatar appearing where the camera is pointing. Using Play Here saves time so you can immediately test different areas of your game without having to run there from the spawn point. Like if you were making an obstacle course game and you wanted to test an area towards the end of it. There is a third play option when you click the little triangle to run the game. This runs the game without making your character appear. So you can move the camera around the game to see how the game is going while the game is running. If objects are supposed to move on their own or spin, move up and down, you can see if that's happening correctly. Notice my avatar didn't appear. The game is running. There are active stoplights in this game. They should change from red to green to yellow. And if you look closely, yes, they're changing. So using run is a way to evaluate if the game mechanics are functioning as you hope they would. Now let's talk about publishing a game to Roblox. I'll close this game. Now we need to pick a game to load. I'll just load a standard template, but if you want to load a save game, go right ahead. I'll click on parts a few times just to add something to the game. So to publish our game, we go up to File, left click on Publish to Roblox. In this next window, give your game a unique name. If you want to, give your game a description for others to read. If you want, you can select a genre type for your game. Then you'll likely keep these three options available. People can play your game on a PC, tablet, or phone. When you're ready, click Create. Wait a few seconds, then you'll get this message that your game has successfully been published. If you'd like, you can see your game under your Roblox account. Go to your Roblox homepage, click on Create at the top, then click on Manage My Experiences here in the middle. Notice it's in smaller writing. Here is our creations page. The game I just made is listed here. Notice there are two options for our game, private and unlisted. If a game is marked private, then only you can play it. If a game is marked public, then anyone can play the game, including your friends. If you want to change this setting, going from private to public or public to private, just click the option and you'll be taken to this screen where you can select the privacy setting you want. If the game is marked as unlisted, it won't come up in searches. If the game is listed, then it appears in searches when people search for games, and it also appears in your player's profile. Notice that my new game Published Test is listed, but my Live Studio Recordings place is unlisted. Let's look at our profile. I'll go and click on Profile, and here's my profile. This area here shows all the games I've made so far. Notice that right now, only Public Test is listed. This button right here shows all the games you've made. Notice that only one game is listed. However, if I go back to the Create area and I change unlisted to listed for Live Studio Recordings place, now when I go to my profile, this second game should be listed now. Well, in theory, the other game should be listed, but it's not. Roblox doesn't always work perfectly. I'll try updating my game settings one more time. I'll go up to Create, click on the game, Live Studio Recordings place, and I'll just hit the Save button. Now let's go back to the profile and see if it updated. Hey, it worked. Here's Live Studio Recordings 1's place, and along with Published Test as well. So both of my games are now listed here, and anyone can play them. Let's go ahead and test out our newly published game. I'll click on Published Test here. Click on the play button. I'll speed things up as the game has to load and upgrade. And here I am inside the game I published. You can look around, run around, play as much as you would like with your new game. So when you're in Roblox Studio, save your game as often as you want. When you've made enough changes, then go ahead and publish your game. The next video will be a short one. I'll show you how to change the background theme of Roblox Studio from a light theme to a dark theme. I prefer the dark theme better. I'll see you then in the next video.